Hey there, my friend. Welcome to today's video. My name is Dr. Anthony Balduzzi. I'm the founder here at the Fit Father Project and the Fit Mother Project. And today's video is very near and dear to me and something I'm incredibly passionate about, because today we're going to talk about how you can quiet your mind and quit mental chatter. Because let's face it, as people, you and I, who are interested in living longer, healthier, better lives, it's not just about how our bodies look and feel. It's also about how peaceful and happy our minds are, how good we feel emotionally. Because if we have all the money in the world or the best body in the world, but inside we feel anxiety, we have this busy mind, we feel depressed, then none of that has any real substance or flavor to pull us out of this rut. So I believe that we need to have both. We need to work on improving the health of our physical body. We also need to work on calming our minds and training our minds to become more peaceful. And here's the good news. Just like if we want to build bigger biceps, we can go do some bicep curls. If you want to train a mind to be more peaceful, tranquil, and happy, you can train it with specific techniques. And that's what I want to get into today. Some techniques that I've used personally to dramatically decrease my mental chatter, to the point where most times throughout the day, now I've gotten to a point where I'm very focused, very present, my mind is clear. I think it's actually made me smarter. It's because my mind that used to have all this background noise and activity has been trained to be more one-pointed and focused. And this is something, if you're watching this video, it probably resonates with you deeply, because imagine if you go throughout the rest of your life and you are in a state, a beautiful state of peace, presence, openness, focus, power, and you don't have all this mental BS and baggage dragging you down, how much more enjoyable all your activities will be and how much more effective you will be. This is the promise of techniques like meditation that can help you tremendously, and I want to talk about that. But first, before we get into this exact technique, let's talk about the mind in general. So the mind is constantly taking in impressions from all of our senses, everything we're seeing, smelling, tasting, touching, where it's getting all these sense impressions constantly when we're in the waking state. And that's leaving an impression on the mind. And we also have this memory, which is this storehouse of past impressions and our emotional connection to all the past circumstances. And this is where we get some of these negative scripts and thought patterns from our past, where it's like maybe when you were growing up, you got bullied, or you were overweight, or you had an insecurity about something like this that lingers in the subconscious mind and bubbles up in the form of all this mental chatter. A lot of this is negative mental chatter, stuff that we tell ourselves, oh, you're no good, you can't do this, oh, they're never gonna like you, you shouldn't even try. These are some recurring patterns that are just so common for all of us. We share these busy minds, so we need to learn how to essentially make them less busy, make them more peaceful, more focused, more zen, as many people say these days, and the secret is starting to do some basic meditation. And what meditation essentially is getting your body into a very still, upright posture and allowing your normal attention that is directed outwards towards the world to come inwards and rest upon the mind itself, to observe the activity of the mind, to sit still, to allow your breath to be relaxed, your spine to be up and straight, and to observe the thoughts that go through the mind, to observe the breath that constantly moves without you needing to do absolutely anything. And when we meditate in this way, we make a very, very powerful distinction begins to happen automatically. We observe those thoughts and they come and go. That thought that I'm fat or I'll never succeed, it crosses through the landscape of the mind. We are aware of this thought. We see it enter from wherever it comes from, we observe it, and then we watch it dissipate. And this is so important, because as we train ourselves to essentially be centered upon the awareness in our mind, and we do not become as entangled to the thoughts, this is where the distinction is. Because normally when we're always busy and active and we haven't learned to get the mind into this awareness observing state through meditation, we identify with those thoughts. When I think I am fat, I feel that pain of that thought. But in the meditative state, when that thought I am fat comes up, I'm merely observing it like a passing cloud we can see throughout the sky. And the more you do this, those thoughts, they start to lose their power. You're not getting that same emotional reaction because you see this thought is something that arose in awareness and it also dissipates in awareness. We observe that the breath arises and falls, and this gets us into this very peaceful, calm, focused state, a deeply meditative state. So if you are interested in quieting your mind, I think the best thing that you can do, and it certainly worked best for me, is to start to do some meditation in the morning and at night as little bookends of your day. In the morning, I think it's very important because as we wake up, a lot of us are starting to think about all the things we want to do in the day. So before we get into that active mode, what if we can take 5 minutes and you sit in a straight back chair or any posture that's comfortable for you, but I find that it's most helpful to have a straight spine. You sit, relaxing all of your muscles so that you're upright, your body's in an alert but relaxed posture. You close your eyes and you observe whatever happens, whatever thought comes up, whatever sensation is in your body. You're just being very present to every single now moment. Whatever arises, you don't judge it, you don't label it, you don't think about it, it just happens. Even if it's a quote unquote negative thought, you merely observe it. As you do this more, those thoughts lose power. As you do this for a year, your mind becomes much more calm. As you do this for perhaps 10 years, you can get to a point where there's a lot of people that meditate so much that they have the ability to not think at all, just kind of sit in this awareness of existence itself. And there's a lot of peace and power that comes from that because they don't have the mental baggage. They will be very clear. So 5 minutes, set a timer if you're just getting started. Set a timer on your phone so you know it's like, not like you feel like you're too busy to do this. It's just 5 minutes. There are 1,440 minutes every day. We have 5 minutes to do this in the morning. It's going to prime the mind to be in this more receptive meditative state. And then when we go throughout our days, we can bring that same quality, that cultivated quality of awareness to everything we do. When I'm shooting this video for you, I'm not thinking about anything else but just whatever's coming forward in my awareness and wanting to share this with you. If I'm brushing my teeth, I'm really being with the experience of brushing my teeth. When you're driving your car, taking out the trash, taking a poop, whatever it is, be present with what it's doing, because what you're doing is training that mind that normally is going in all different directions, the scattered mental activity, to become one-pointed on everything that you're doing in that present moment. And that quality of presence not only enhances the joy of whatever you're doing and the effectiveness of what you do, but it also sets yourself up for a future of more peace and presence. And this is so important because you could go spend your whole life trying to rearrange the external circumstances, the person you're in a relationship with, the amount of money you have, the kind of possessions you do. But unless you go to the root of this stuff, you turn inward and you're able to conquer the chatter of the mind through these practices, you will never be at peace. You will never be happy, and in my opinion, you'll never have true health, which is a byproduct of having a healthy body and a healthy mind. So meditation, sitting in a comfortable posture. It could be on a straight back chair with a straight spine. Set a timer, however long you'd like to go. Start small if you're just trying to build some momentum, and learn to observe your breath and your thoughts without judgment, just being with them. The breath in particular is something you can relax into, and this is going to help your mind disentangle from the identifications of the chatter. That chatter loses its power, your mind becomes more peaceful. And then you do that in the morning, throughout your day, you do the best that you can to become present to whatever you're doing. And guess what? It takes work and effort because the mind is used to being in its grooves and habits and patterns of constantly being all over the place. So you may find that you're like, whoa, you just have this awareness that happens. You're like, holy crap, I was on autopilot for the last hour. I was all over the place. I was checking my phone. I was on Facebook. I was thinking about this thing, stressing about that. I'm back. And that moment of awareness is your reset. And now you resync up to the breath, to the feeling in your body, and you proceed with everything you do. And if you take this type of training seriously as you might take your physical training, you're going to be moving forward in your life with such an amazing pace and power because you have a powerful mind that will then be focused and unshackled from the mental chatter. And you'll also have a powerful, healthy body because you have a mind that can focus on that with willpower and intention very easily. And I recommend you do this at night as well. 5 minutes, sit in a chair. And over time, as you practice, you're going to want to do it longer because it is incredibly enjoyable to get into these deeply meditative states where there is no mental chatter and activity, and you are just sitting and experiencing what I would say is the bliss of existence itself. It's there, it's just typically masked underneath this mental chatter. And if you do this at night, it actually helps you not only fall asleep faster, but when you are asleep, your dreams are not going to be as active and crazy, which is adding to this mental chatter that carries on to the next day. This is a lifetime of work, especially if you have a mind that has been trained and conditioned to be busy and chattering for many years. It is an unwinding of the chatter by observation and awareness. That is the key. Whatever technique you choose to do this, whatever kind of meditation or prayer, etc., is great. It's just that you got to be consistent with it. And if you're a person who feels like, I just can't sit still, there's no way, Dr. A, I don't want to sit in a chair and meditate, even though that sounds really great, you can do it while you're walking. Take a walk in the morning. Take a walk before you go to bed and feel yourself walking. Feel your body moving presently. The key thing here is awareness and finding your seat back in that awareness and disentangle from the mental chatter. It will bring you health. It will bring you happiness. And I'll shoot another video on the tremendous benefits of these meditative practices. But the little hint in the short story is it actually turns on genes associated with longevity, decreases genes associated with inflammation, builds new gray matter and increases the size of areas of the brain that deteriorate with age, lowers stress hormones, increases neurotransmitters of serotonin and GABA that can help the mind feel more calm all the time. These benefits are amazing, and you can't get them from going to the gym. You have to put in the reps of doing the meditative practices and the peaceful practices to interiorize your awareness to become better at this kind of stuff. I hope that you take this up. If this interests you, that tells me that there's something inside of you that knows this is an area for you to explore deeper. If this is something that you've already explored, then wonderful. Keep on doing it. For me, I know this will be a lifetime of practice. I think it's just as important as training the body, if not more so, because ultimately at the end of our lives, these bodies with age eventually do deteriorate, and we're sat there with the quality of our minds and the reflections on how peaceful, happy, impactful our lives are, and that is an inner game, not an outer game. Hope this video served you, my friend. Hope you learned something new. If you'd like to share something in the comments of experiences you've had with reducing mental chatter, techniques that have helped you, or if this is something you've struggled with, comment below, make a declaration. Try out meditation technique, comment below on how that works. We're gonna do more stuff on this because I really do believe that this is just as important as the physical training, so I wanna introduce more of this content. And if you like this stuff and you want more of this, let us know. It gives us encouragement to shoot more types of videos on these types of topics. If you love this stuff, then definitely subscribe to our Fit Father and Fit Mother Project YouTube channels. We have over like 500 videos across the two channels on everything about health, wellness, nutrition, psychology, exact workouts, recipes, motivation, meditation, all of it here. So subscribe, you'll get instant access to all our videos, all the new videos we publish. I'm grateful you're here, my friend. I wish you a calm, peaceful, happy mind and a wonderful life. Let's go get after it. Let's get our training in.